Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on, we're on ESPN 790 here in Memphis, Tennessee. Of course, all you good folks in Brownsville on 1520 AM and 95.3 FM. And, of course, in Jackson, Tennessee on News Talk 101.5. We're all over West Tennessee, all the way to Grenada, Mississippi, Jonesboro, Arkansas, and Dyersburg, and all you folks up in there. And we, through the efforts of the one and only R.W., as we call him, on the road again, Wong, we have been able to get a young man on with us this morning that's coming off a nice victory. Going to spend a little time with his wife and 3-year-old son, Cade, this weekend on Memorial Weekend, and we're really happy to have Drew Benton on with us this morning. Good morning, Drew.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, we love it, man.
Very welcome, and congratulations, buddy.
Yeah. Tell us about it, because I know that when you went to the Toyota Bassmaster Texas Feast, benefiting Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. They can't get that on one plaque, I don't think. I think it's going to run over to the back.
No, actually, I got it sitting right here in front of me.
Oh, you do? All right.
Somehow they got it all on one trophy.
You got it all together.
That's a beautiful blue trophy, too.
Yeah, I know that. But let's talk a little bit about it. You got $100,000. That's nice to get and everything like that. Weighed in 67.15. That's nice to do right there and everything.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. Talk in technical terms, what you used, and Ron will ask you questions, and Cooksey can jump in when I make a fool of myself.
Well,
here. But,
and Drew is known as a shallow water power fisherman.
I'll say power fishing. It says right there. Lake Seminole is his favorite lake.
You go to a clear water finesse lake.
Yeah, you've messed up your whole what you're known as, Drew. Talk about it.
Yeah, I actually I came to Lake Travis, didn't have any preconceived notions. I knew it was going to be clear, and I kind of figured that the fish would be out deep. I came with everything tied on to target deep schools of bass, and I quickly found out that the really big fish were living in the marinas. First thing in the morning, the shad were spawning, and I was able to target the better than average size fish if I could hit the right marinas at the right times in the mornings with a top water and a nickel spoon. My baits of choice were a Bagley knocker bead and a Nichols 6-inch flutter spoon.
Yeah.
There was a lot of fish schooling around. I would throw a top water or a Doomsday lag and dragon on those. Typically, though, they were a whole lot smaller fish, and the quality wasn't there. So what I did is later in the day, I would go down the bank and I would be looking for wolf packs of bass. And the key to that whole deal was shade lines. You needed to find the not necessarily bluff banks, but 45-degree and flatter banks with a big rock off the bank. And, it was very key that you had a big rock that threw a bunch of shade for those fish to get in and ambush prey. And I could not have done that without my Costa sunglasses. I was able to identify those big rocks out off the bank, way up ahead of the boat and cast to those targets. And it was almost a call your shot type thing. If you saw the right thing and you cast that knocker bee over it, you were going to get a bite.
Well, tell me how you talked. When I've read all about this, how did you get Marty Robinson to move out of the way and let you catch him fish? I mean, that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
We started in the same place on day 3. We actually started in the same marina on day 1. It was kind of funny. We were kind of, tit for tat there for a while, and we were kind of cutting up and talking the whole morning. And he was catching them, and I was catching them. We were having a good time, and on afternoon of day 3, I just called him and let him know that I was going to be leaving a little later. I actually stepped on a dock, didn't realize I incurred a penalty.
That's after you fell out of the boat.
Yep, fell out of the boat.
We've heard that. We were going to let you mention that. I wasn't going to bring that up, but here's a guy that said he didn't have a good practice, and then he fell out of the boat and all these kind of things. And you got a guy, same place you are, and he agrees to move over and what it was yours. It was meant to be you, wasn't it? I mean,
I guess I had a lot of things happen this week that that wouldn't normally happen, and it just always seemed to roll back in my favor. And when that's happening, it kind of gives you the sense of it's your time.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
It definitely was. When a 5-pounder comes up and rolls on your top water bait and doesn't even commit to eat it, and you hook him in the top of the head with one treble hook and you land the fish. You just feel like everything's going your way. I mean, so it was just one of those weeks, and I called Marty and we discussed it. And he said, "Hey man, I'm way down. You have the opportunity to win. As well as I do, the fish to win are in that marina."
What a
he
story!
Said, I'm gonna give it to you. So I hats off to him for that. It's a class act, and hopefully one day down the road I'll be able to return the favor.
And Marty is known as a dancer too. He has danced on stage on the front of his boat.
He has. Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
We know him.
Yeah, Drew. A big weight's off of your shoulder now. The only elite tournament this year where you qualify for the Bassmaster Classic.
Yeah, that's another thing.
So we're going to see you next year at Knoxville, right?
That's right. I'll be there. That is a big weight. I think me and Jordan Lee are the only two that are already qualified.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, and again, we're talking to Drew Benton out of Panama City, Florida, coming off his big victory at Lake Travis. And I got to mention, I saw this earlier, and I mentioned it to Drew beforehand, and to know that your son Cade and your wife Amanda, big supporters of you. Tell us what they let Cade do at the tournament.
He always loves to play with the fish in the live well, and when we're out just playing around fishing, and he was like a kid in a toy store. They let him go backstage, let him hang around the live weigh tanks, and pet everybody's fish.
Pet everybody's fish. Yeah, okay, not just yours, huh? I mean,
he pet mine. He pet Gerald's. He pet Wheeler. I mean, everybody that had a fish back there, he got to pet them, and he was as happy as he could be.
What'd you say?
He calls them swimey.
Swimey, yeah, okay. Do you have a video of that? Did your wife or somebody make a video of that?
I believe the bass. The bass.
I hope they did, because someday when he's 24, or how old are you now?
I just turned 30.
All right, when he's 30 and he looks back and said, "There I was touching those fish back in those days like that," and everything. But
Drew, you can't do this without some good sponsors too. I mean, he's
got some sponsors,
and talk about some of the guys that you represent.
Oh yeah, What's really rewarding to me is these companies that have been behind me, been beside me, and had my back since day one when no one would bet on me. It's just really rewarding for me to put them on the stage.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it without Bagley. They have strong roots here in Florida. Cut my teeth throwing Bagley Bang Lures and Balsa Plugs on the Apalachicola River here.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix Boats, a company that right out of college I linked up with them. Gary Klaus was the only one who returned my emails out of all the feelers that I sent out.
Yeah, cool.
I've been with them, and I think I'll retire with them. It's one of those companies that they've been really good to me, and they build a fantastic product. They're the best riding, best fishing, fastest boat on the market. Doomsday Soft Plastics, a new company I'm with this year. Super innovative. They're doing their own thing in an era where everyone is knocking somebody off. They're doing their own thing. There's a lot to be said with that. Millennium Marine, they build boat seats.
Oh, those out of Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah, I've been in one of those in a crappie boat. They work good in a crappie
they're
boat,
nice,
right, Ron?
they?
Yeah, they do that again. Let me ask you, because we don't have a whole lot of time here, that I wanted to ask you about. You mentioned it there. And I think it's important, guys. This young man, he just turned 30. He won this big tournament, but he made sure he got his college degree. And I think that, if I'm not mistaken, you played a little baseball at Florida State, right?
Not at Florida State. I actually played at Gulf Coast State College.
Okay, you played baseball in college, right?
Yes, correct.
And then you went on to Florida State, right?
I went on to Florida State to finish my 2 years.
There you go.
I was actually fishing my last 2 years.
Awesome.
That's important, kids. I want you to listen to this guy. because he's talking about get the education. Ron's always said, Bill Cooksey, you agree with that, right?
Absolutely, and that baseball and college tie-in seems to be pretty strong with some of these younger bass fishermen in the elites and other
talk
tournaments.
about Mark Rose in that too. If we wanted to, our local guy here, but he's in the other side. But so, what does this do for you, Drew? You mentioned about this. You're in the Classic. You're going to Knoxville next year. What did that win mean to you?
Yeah, honestly, it really took my career to the next level.
It did.
I won in 2013, and then I went about 5 years without a win. I had some success, but I had a lot of struggle. And all of that struggle is what really makes this sweet. It's really validating to say, I'm up here with the 110 best in the world, and I can still get it done. And it gives me a different level of confidence going forward. I think it says a lot that I'm kind of here to stay, and that's huge. We're all just trying to make a living, and kind of get our feet dug in, and this goes a long way towards that goal.
It makes you want to go back to your high school reunion more. Okay, I mean,
it does. Look at me now.
Look at me now, and everything like that. But
Drew is also a Phoenix Ross and a Luz
he's a
pro. He does a lot of good stuff
and use that. So, hey, we appreciate you taking time, buddy, to be with us on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Love to talk with you down the road.
We'll talk to you down the road, and I'm sure you'll see Wong someplace because he's everywhere.
He is that.
Well, we finally got somebody to say that for you. Did you set this up with him? I think
you never know where Ron's going to wind up.
Oh my,
pop up everywhere.
Well, where there's food, he'll be there. I know that too. So, hey, Drew, thank you, buddy. Continued success. Have a great weekend holiday, and we'll talk to you down the road. Okay?
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
All right, thank you. All right, let's take a break. Come right back, and we're going to talk crappie fishing now.
We're going to talk crappie fishing.
Okay.
Kentucky Lake.
And can Bill talk to this?
All right.
Oh, he should.
Yeah, he's ready for this. Be right back on Outdoors.
I'm taking notes.
Taking notes?
Yeah, he's taking notes.
Oh, me, with a pen with no ink. Okay, be right back.